Okay, so typically when I'm about to start teaching man-to-man defense, I eliminate everyone except for the first three people that have something to do. And I'll get into what I number them later, but we call them the ball and the ones. So the ball carrier is the one right here, the one guarding the ball, I'm sorry. And we are going to give the ball to the center person. This is a drill that I always start off with just to work on slides. So this player right here is going to call ball. I don't know why it keeps doing that. And then these are my first slides. They're ones. We're going to add our other numbers in soon. The player in the center here is going to, I don't know why it's not letting me. The player in the center, D on ball D, is going to be approaching the ball carrier into this zone right here. Not all the way out, but into this zone right here. And they're going to be saying, got ball, got ball. The players on the left and the right of the ball, the defender playing on the ball, are going to be saying help right and help left. And they are to the player's left. So since they're all facing upfield this way, this player is a 1 to the left. And this player, since they're facing this way, is a 1 to the right of their teammate. So this player is help left, and this player is help right. It's really important that they say that they're there and that they're helping so that the defender guarding the ball knows that there's help on either side. If the defender that is on the left doesn't say help left, this defender right here playing the ball might start to drift and defend and block in this direction because they know that they don't have help on that side. So if these players are there on the left and the right, they need to be saying it. In order to do this drill, it's really easy. I have all the girls just sort of line up at the top up here in this sort of zone up here, and we make a couple lines, maybe 3 lines, and then they just fill the spots. I put some cones out. I usually put 3 cones where the A's are and 3 where the D's are, and I spread them out. And then in order to do the drill, the girl in the center here, this attacker, has the ball, and I say go, and I discuss with them about attacking the lanes. And the lanes are literally the gaps between the 2 defenders. So she can go in between these 2, or she should try to attack between these 2. Her job as the ball carrier is to force the defender to come play her. She wants the defender that's guarding her teammate to have to come and play her. If this defender doesn't actually come, then she has a nice gap through. This attacker's job is to leave space as long as possible. I'm going to try and go back a little bit here and move some of these gray lines. So when this attacker starts to go, she can go to the right or the left. In fact, she can go to the right, then left. She can change direction. When she goes, this defender needs to time her slide so that she slides flat. You don't want her running up to the ball. You want her to slide flat to help defend her with the ball. That's why she's the help left. During that time, this attacker should be in motion sort of in a banana run. So this ball carrier is going to try and pull this defender to her. And as soon as this defender leaves, this attacker then curls herself in and tries to get to what I call the hot spot right here. So she's backdooring the defender. Obviously, if this attacker goes this way and then cuts back, this defender on this side has to be ready to help as well. So she's saying, got your help left. Sorry, got your help right the whole time. She's on her toes, ready to move. This attacker's sort of in motion, kind of shuffling a little bit in motion, waiting for this defender to make a choice. When the defender makes a choice, she can curve in and make it. They wouldn't be doing these runs at the same time. It all depends on the ball carrier. What the defenders are learning right now is timing and how long and when they need to go. Because if they decide to wait and stay with their cutter, this attacker has an opportunity through the gap here, and we don't want her to have that. But if she goes too early, this pass to this attacker is so easy. So I know I'm drawing a lot, so I'm just going to switch colors real quick. When this attacker goes and this defender is thinking about her timing of her slides to come help, if she goes too early, this attacker is super wide open and easy to pass to. If she goes too late, this attacker can get through, and then this one's useless. So, this is all about timing on the first slides for this first part of the drill. You do that multiple times. They just keep filling roles. They keep practicing what they're supposed to be saying. I got ball is here. I got help right. I'm on your right. I got your help right. Got help left. Got help left. And then obviously the big thing is if your attackers know what they're supposed to do, it's easy to play the defense. So, the attackers on next to the ball are kind of shuffling in and approaching the 8 meter as she's driving. And then the second the defender leaves, she tries to make her cut in here for the pass. The second part of the drill, you'll add in another defender on either side, but not more attackers. So again, you can have lines up here just waiting their turn to fill the cones, but you put 2 more cones out on the elbows, these little corner pieces. And again, the same rules apply. The ball carrier is going to be this attacker right here. This is defender. It's saying this is the defender saying I've got ball. And then this defender is still saying help right. This defender is still saying help left because they are the first. They're the ones. What we've just added in are the 2s. They are now the second slides. You can see it's going to eventually become 5-on-5, but these 2s are very important because nothing changes. This attacker is still trying to attack the lanes and force these defenders to make these slides, right? And these defenders the D1s are still trying to figure out their timing while this attacker is still timing her cuts in. The good thing about this part of the drill, though, is the talking. So the D2s have to be willing to tell the D1s to go. So I train my D2s to be patient. They obviously will eventually have an attacker, obviously, because everyone will be guarding someone. But it's got to be their job. It's got to be the D2's job to give confidence to the ones that they can go. So ones are still, they've got their own minds. They're still going to try and time their cuts. But 2s have to give them that extra little piece of confidence by saying, go ball, I got you. And when they do that, they are the second slide because the first slide comes from this defender to the ball. And the second slide comes from this defender to the cutter that is now trying to get through the gap. It happens on the other side as well. Obviously, if the slide happens to this side, they're all ready to shift no matter which way the attacker goes. When the first slide happens from the first defender saying help right, they're saying second right because they're the second slide on the right, second left. And if this cutter is waiting her turn to go and tries to get through the gap, this defender, when you tell this, when this D2 tells this D1 to go, she also has to go because she has now told this defender to leave. She has to get in front of this cutter. The best thing I can tell you is that if this cutter is getting through, this defender has to work really hard to time it so that she can get, I call it putting her hands in the other teammate's hands. So this defender can't be on her back. She has to have her hands out where the attacker's hands are while she's reaching for the ball so that there's the opportunity to block the pass. No escorting through. And the same thing's happening on this side. So this defender's waiting. She's watching what's happening with the attacker here. And when this attacker tries to break through the gap, these defenders are working on timing their slides. If the second left or the second right tell the defender in front of them to slide, they have to get in front of the cutter. So obviously it actually looks like a female reproductive system. I'm sorry. These are the ovaries. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, the 3 defenders that are defending this zone and working on sliding to the ball are all the same. It's now adding in this extra component of talking and sending your player and then getting in front of this banana cut coming from the attackers. The third part, after you do that several times, looks almost the same. Come on. Is now adding that third attacker. So this actually works on offense and defense. So again, all the defenders are doing the same thing. This is the defender saying, I've got ball. These are our first slides. This player right here is saying help left. This player is saying second left. This player is saying help right. And this player is saying second right. You run the same exact drill. This attacker is going either way. These slides are happening. These slides are trying to cover these banana cutters. But the great thing is send this attacker all the way through because if this defender goes, this is now your pass. So your attacker here with the ball is watching what's developing with the slides and will be looking to hit actually the second cutter on the outside. And I'm about to run out of time, so I'll record a new one in a second.